Great. We're live. And yeah, also all the finalists are here. I suppose we can move on to the rules wali slide. Right. So it's ignore 20. We'll be changing that. I will be running 12 in the first round. So these are 12 dry questions, which will be followed by 4 written round by questions, and then finally 8 again dry questions. So total 24 questions, 1 written round of 4, and couple of dry rounds. Pounds is plus 10 minus 5. Any team here who's not familiar with the concept of pounds and bounds, just indicate here. Do you want us to explain? You'll be bouncing on the WhatsApp group, by the way. So just indicate on the unmute yourself maybe, and then say that you're bouncing and write the answer on the group. Bounce will be plus 10 as well on pass. So bounce again, like if anyone is not familiar, just let me know. All right. Maybe not. CQD people, you're all here, right? Just keep a track. Everyone's cameras are on and your hands are also visible. Since you only the only typing that will be required from you will be when you're bouncing. So apart from that, we would expect you to keep your hands visible. Just keep them in the frame. Right. Brilliant. Question number 1. Let's start. Finally, a little too longer. Right. So this individual is an activist writing against incidents of misconduct and the silencing of any kind of dissent by this tech company. And this includes any kind of negative posts about them on social media. So this company was now receiving a lot of controversy for their misleading advertisements. So you could say that in the past couple of years, especially like in the past 2 years, they've received kind of hate online for their misleading ads. Now the username by this activist goes online is the name of the company that he's targeting, with the last word being the opposite. So it becomes a great joke. So we just want
Team 2 bouncing.
Yep. So 2 has bounced. Just want to know by which name does he go online. All right, I've received bounce from 2.
Team 6 bouncing.
6 is bouncing. We'll close bounce in. You don't have to type bounce in the group, just write the answer directly. So we'll close bounce in another 5 seconds. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I've received bounce. Okay, bounce is closed. I've received from 2, 5, and 6. I've checked all bounces. So yeah, team 1, go ahead. What's your answer?
Is it Elliot Alderson?
Not Elliot Alderson. Great guess, Mr. Robot fan. Not that. So 2 pounds. 3, over to you. Team 3. Are you here? Wait, is team 3 participating? Or are they not? Did they like drop out? I think a couple of teams. I don't think team 3 is here. Team 4, over to you.
I think team 4 isn't here.
3 and 4 are not here.
10 4. 5 pounds, 6 pounds, 7. Do you have any guess for this one?
Will pass.
7 is bouncing. 8. Any answer?
Pass.
All right, 8 has bounced as well. So we've come full round.
I said pass.
You're passing, right? So 1 ka direct tha. So yeah, any guesses? So it's a ed tech company, by the way. So receiving hate now, I think acquired by another famous company. Any of the teams that answered it on pounds, correct? All the 3 teams that bounced got it right. So you can give away the answer now.
White Hat Senior.
So this is White Hat Senior, White Hat Junior being the tech company, and when they were very conveniently cracking down on any kind of dissent or any hate speech, or not hate speech entirely, just any criticism. So yeah, people got interested. So plus 10 to team 2, 5, and 6. So who's keeping the scores? Ek bari bata do.
I can keep score.
All right, Shruti. So 2, 5, and 6 gets a plus 10 on this. Next question, direct for team 2 now. Right. Not the latest, but yeah, you could say a few years ago, a change was seen in the emojis iOS provides, and one specific emoji was tweaked a little bit, and this was an indirect way of stating that all is not bad with you if you're wearing this. So look at the current climate that we're living in. The change was brought as this emoji was seen a bit sad on the previous version. So which change was made keeping up with the time? So just want an emoji and what change was made to that?
7 is bouncing.
It's 7 is
8
bounced.
is also gone.
7 and 8. All right. Closing bounce in 10 seconds. 7 and 8. 5, are you bouncing as well? I see you're typing.
Yeah, we are bouncing.
All right. 7, I haven't received your answer, I think. Right. Bounce is closed now, so I'll just check. Right, so 7 I have seen, 5 as well. Yes, so right, I've checked 8, 5, 7, and 8. Yep. All right. Yes, I've received your answer. Team 2, go ahead, all yours.
So this was the masked face emoji, and it was a bit happier in the update.
Absolutely. So the previous emoji, which was originally made with the idea that sick people will be wearing masks, was sad, but now everyone's supposed to wear a mask, so they decided to make it a bit happy, and that's how activism works. So plus 10 to team 2, 5, 7, and 8 on this one. Let me know when you're done, Shruti. Right, got it. Team 3, yours direct now. The 404 page, which I'm pretty sure all of you know, the basically data missing link of media organization NPR may look aesthetically boring, but a close look at the articles displayed is a nod to the fact that the web page you're looking for is missing. So, which person have I blanked out? Also, one of the major characters in an academy of, not from last, I think there's been a mistake, not last year. So from 2019, so the movie came out in 2019. Sorry, they made a mistake there. So you can show the image. Okay. Yes. So you see Amelia Earhart, who famously went missing. Water tape, 18.5 minutes went missing. Your luggage, Waldo went missing. There was one very famous person who went missing in Michigan, and also the subject of a movie that came out in 2019. So who is this person? Bounce is open.
We go to the text.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead. So essentially, someone who went missing famously. Obviously, in the movie, another version of this was shown. The accuracy has been debated, but that's their idea. I see no bounces yet.
You said the movie is from 2019, is it?
19, yes, the movie came out in 2019. So you could ignore the last one. But it was Academy Award, yes. Nominated for an Academy Award. All right, I think that's plenty of time. So I'll have to close bounce. Team 3, this was your direct. So
Can you show the image?
Okay, for final time I'll show. So I'll just read it. Our prosecutors in Michigan say authorities are calling off their latest search for the remains of Dash, the person, the long missing former blank boss. So the name and the photo was there. I think that's plenty of time, friends. So yes, text me. Team 3, your direct. Any guesses who this person could be? Oh, so 3 and 4 are missing. Team 5. Yeah, team 5, go ahead.
Hey, so this is Jimmy Hoffa.
Jimmy Hoffa is absolutely correct. So subject of The Irishman. Famously went missing, the Teamster boss. So good answer. Team 5, right? Yeah, 5 gets a plus 10 on this one. So right, moving on, team 6, this is your direct. This type of skin cancer is found only in one region of the world and is caused due to the regular use of an object used by the people of this region to keep themselves warm. Another medical hazard associated with this object is hot water bottle rash, something similar to the burns which can be caused by prolonged use of laptops on thighs. So what is this cancer called? Or you could alternatively tell what causes it. It's the same thing only. Almost the same. So you can use something to keep themselves warm. Puts them at the danger of contracting cancer.
Yeah, team 8 is.
8 has bounced. I don't see any other team bouncing, so I'll close in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so I'm just waiting for teammate to finish their answer. You've written this. I think you've gotten the Funda, right? Could you just I'll give you another chance to improve on the exact thing that you have written. So if you could improve on that, because that is truly the name. So I think gotten the region right. So if you could give a better guess.
What should we improve?
So you've gotten the region right, but the basically the object. Could you improve on that? The name of the object, if you have any other guess for that. Parth, also you should probably unmute yourself. Right, I think that's good enough. Right, team 8 has given their answer. Team 5, this was yours, I believe. No, this was team 6. 5 answered the previous one. Team 6, go ahead.
Is this like the mothers check the temperature of the milk if it's warm enough for the babies?
Oh, interesting. Not that. So team 7, any guess for this one?
Yeah, we'll say the region is Kashmir, and there's a thing that they smoke, and which is what causes it. Can't recall.
Could you explain on the object, the thing that they smoke?
Can't recall what is it called.
All right. I'll give you another chance to improve if you want. All right. I'll pass in 5.
Yeah, we'll pass.
All right. Team 8 pounds. Team 1, do you have any guess for this one?
Is it because of the heat packs being used?
The heat packs being used. Could you?
Causing...
Right. So could you thoda specify if you want?
Right. To keep yourself warm, you have hot water. You keep it in a heat pack, and then you put it in under a blanket, and it keeps you warm.
All right. Acha, one of those. Okay, not exactly. Team 2, passing to you.
We'll pass.
Okay, 2 is bouncing. 3 and 4 are missing. So I'm forgetting. 5, I think you're the only team that's remaining.
Is this Kashmiri chai?
Not Kashmiri chai. So I think 8 bounced, and team 7, were you the one who said Kashmir first?
Yeah.
And you said the thing people smoke. So the region is indeed Kashmir. And if you could go ahead, Sujit, and show them what is the object is called. So this is the kangdi or the kangar, which is used by Kashmiris in their clothing to keep themselves warm. So team 8 gets a plus 10. They got it absolutely right. Can't give points for just Kashmir because I wanted Kangad.
Points.
I would have given if you had said like Kangad or anything, which the pot, just the description would have been good enough, honestly. The thing they put in their clothing, that would have been good enough, but I didn't get that. So can't give points for just that. So yeah, teammate gets a plus 10 and no other team gets any point. This is for team 7, I think, because Pichla was for 6. Team 7, the origin of this, the largest of its kind in Asia, can be traced to a system of forced labor wherein the ruler sent the men to faraway land to fight wars and farming, among other things. This meant that those who remained in the villages had to take up the responsibility of household as well as commerce themselves. Soon it became a major source of sustenance and helped stimulate the local economy. So what exactly is being talked about here. Something pretty unique and interesting in India. A description of this will do, well, but I can only give you half for it.
Team 5 has bounced.
All right, 5 is bouncing. Okay. I should probably mention again into it before, but okay. On pounds, if you're writing, so it would be better if you could give the exact thing. So I'll let it go for now, but from next time, if you're pouncing, then if it's let's say there are 2 pointers, or if you're giving a general description, then I will expect the exact
Right,
answer.
we have added to the answer.
Right, let me just see. Okay. Right. Could you give the name for this? That would be better because it's a specific name that I'm looking for. You've given the description. I don't think any other team is bouncing, so I'll close in 5. The bounce is closed now. All right, I think you're just staying along that line only. Okay, cool now. So team 5 pounds. This was direct for team. Which was it? Team 7 was it?
Yeah, 7.
7. All right, go ahead, team 7.
Yeah, we'll say that the people who remained were women and children, and we'll say that this is Sevakashi, and they started making firecrackers.
Shivakashi. Oh, okay. Not that good guess though. So team 8.
We'll say the floating markets in Bangkok.
Oh, the floating markets. All right, not the floating markets of Bangkok. So team 1.
Is it the forced conscription being used, like the women and children had to look after and make for the, like, fighting the war, you need ammos and ammunition, so they were forced, like something like that?
Not really. So the men were part of the forced labor system. So team 1, right? So team 2.
Will pass.
Team 2 is passing. 3 and 4 are not here. 5. Team 5. Any guesses?
We pounced. No.
Oh, was it 5? Oh, yeah, sorry, my 5 pounds. 6.
Yeah, we'll pass as well.
6 is passing.
Wait, before you reveal the answer, like you want the particular word for it? I just remembered it now.
Fascinating, you just remembered it now.
Leave it. Sure, leave it.
So I think we've gone full circle. Any team that's missing, this was directed to 7, right? And you have gone. We've covered every team. All right. So yes, 5 for non-comp. If you just want to give your description on the exact name.
Right.
You just
so
remembered.
this is the mother's market. I couldn't remember the exact name. Mother's market in Manipur, right?
Not exactly the mother's market. It's just the largest women's market. So this is
women's market, but the name is mother
right.
in
mother
Manipur.
In yeah. So if you could
that's
go
Ima market.
This is, I'm not sure how it's pronounced, but Ima Kethel in Imphal, the largest women market. So exclusively run by women. So I don't think any team got it completely right. I'll give 5 to team 5 for getting almost everything right except for the exact name. But from next time, if it's a general description you're giving, then you might want to do it on a direct or a pass, not on pounds, and same applies for part points. So yep. Moving on, team 8. This is yours. So around 6 years ago, the United States saw a spike in the activity levels of its citizens. According to analysts involved, this thing, whatever that's being talked about, added a total of 144 billion steps to US physical activity, though there were instances of public nuisance and concerns about security attributed to this as well. Very simple question. What led to this sudden surge in activity? Why were
7 is bouncing.
Alright, someone is bounced.
Whose
Team two
direct is this?
bouncing.
Whose direct is this?
8.
8. Okay.
Team 6 bouncing.
Team 1 is also bouncing.
Alright. 1. Alright, 7, 6, 2. I've received your bounces.
Team 5 is bouncing.
5 is also bouncing. So yeah, I think almost everyone has bounced. Bounce is closed now. So hold up, I'll just check सबके bounces. 2, yes, I've received yours. 6, 7, 1 and 5. So 1, 2, 3 and 4 are missing. 5, 7, 6. So I think every team has bounced and except for 8, which is odd. So let it lose, team 8. Go ahead.
Pokemon Go.
Pokemon Go, simple enough. We'll give all team points. So if you want, you can add points, or you could just let this go because probably won't make any change to the scoring. But give 10 to all or 0 to all. Right. So team 1, yours are right now. Oh, interesting. So this person started wearing these after he met with an accident which damaged his left eye. It became a trademark of this individual, similar to that of his friend turned foe who also had a similar style. After 46 years, this person decided to replace this trademark style with a lighter and more comfortable pair, which had been imported from Germany by Chennai-based Vijaya Optical. So, who is the person being talked about, and what signature style of theirs is being described? So, they had this very iconic style for much of their adulthood, and towards the end of their life, it decided to get a more comfortable and lighter pair.
Team 8 is bouncing.
8 has bounced. Yes, I've received yours. All right, I'll close bounce in another 10. For the previous question, team 5 gets +5. They gave the description on bounce, so that's a bit fair. I'm closed. Bounce is closed now. I received only bounce from team 8. This was direct for 1. So team 1, go ahead. What's your guess? Team 1, asking you again.
Pass. Like I pass.
Team 2, any guesses?
Will pass.
Who is bouncing? 3, 4 missing. 5. Team 5, any guesses?
MGR specs.
MGRK specs. Oh, okay. Passing to team 6.
Is this Karunanidhi and his black aviators? Or black specs?
Will give you full 10 points. This is Karunanidhi, not MGR. MGR being the friend who turned foe. So we'll give team 6 and team 8 full 10 points. So they were the ones who got it on bounce. Scorers, if you're with me, team 6 and 8 gets a +10 on this. Right, team 7. Yep, this is so few days now. This is few years now. Wow, made a lot of errors on this. Few years ago, but sometime around in November, on the birth anniversary of a legendary Indian actor, Google added an Easter egg to itself. Like
team 2 bouncing.
Right, so 2 has bounced, and when asked a question, so the prompt was something that a calculator showed up with the number 2 on it. What question? So, yeah, 8 and 2 have bounced. Closing bounce in.
Team 5 has bounced.
7's direct, right?
This is 7's direct, yes. Yeah. So, all right. Team 5, I'll just. Wait, have you given me 2 answers? No, okay. Bounce closing in 5. Right, I think I've received yours as well. And done. Okay, so team 2, 5 and 8 have bounced. Team 7, you're direct now. Go ahead.
कितने आदमी थे?
कितने आदमी थे on Amjad Khan's birthday? Resulted in the prompt 2. So, for answer, team 2, 5 and 8 also gets a +10 on this one. So 2, 5, 7, and 8. Right, I think we can move on. Team 8, your direct now. This company recently, so not very like in the last couple of years, announced that they will not be continuing with a certain tradition of theirs since its inception in 2010. I think this tradition has continued, and I think a couple of years ago decided that it's probably not worth it anymore because they acknowledged the hardship faced by individuals. So people around the world, people have been facing certain.
Whose direct is this?
This is 8 ka direct, I think.
7 is bouncing.
2 bouncing as well.
1 is also bouncing.
Right. So just let it on. What exactly was decided not worth it anymore? So, right. I've received bounces from
Team 5 has bounced.
Hold
Team
up.
6 has bounced as well.
on every team. So bounce is closed, by the way, now. So any team that's remaining, I think 8 your direct, right? So you haven't bounced. And 1, 6, 7, and 5 have bounced. 2 as well. 1, 2, 5, 7, 6. So every team, I think any team that's missing, I did not check their bounce. I've seen 5K, 7K, 6, 1, 2. Right. So yeah, I think I've checked all bounces. Team 8, go ahead. What is
YouTube
it? YouTube. Also much very relevant right now, but yes. So YouTube rewind will give you full 10. Again, I think almost all teams got it right. So yes, उसको सही कर लो अभी. Team 5. Which answer was it? Protesting in Donald Trump.
The Pokemon Go one.
Oh,
Pokemon.
All right. I think I probably missed it. Sorry, my bad. Right, I think scorers have fixed that. So, moving on. This is again direct for 1. Because 8 answered the previous. Yes. So this 2010 parody novel combining steampunk elements and 90s classic features 3D walls in midair, robots, and the faithful companions of everyone. What is the name of this parody novel, which can be obtained by replacing the first word from the name of the 19th century classic, which is being parodied, considered by many to be greatest piece of literature, with the most popular. Faithful companions, if you
7 is bouncing.
2 bouncing.
2 have received your guess.
Team 6 bouncing.
7 and 6. Close bounce and another 10. So all right. I've received bounce closing now. I've received from 2, 6, and 7. Yes, and I've checked your bounces as well. Team 1, go ahead. What's your answer for this one?
It's Android Karenina. Anna Karenina's.
Exactly. So Anna Karenina being the 19th century. That's visual, not very important though. But go ahead, Sujit. You can go to the answers right now. So Android Karenina, parody of Anna Karenina. So team 7 and 2 gets a +10 on this one for getting Android Karenina. 6 answered 2 Android Dreams of Electric Dogs. Not a bad guess, but 20th century sci-fi novel. So -5 to 6 plus 1, 2, and 7.
Can you just repeat that, please?
Sure. 1, 2, and 7 gets a +10. And team 6 gets a -5. All right. Good to go. Second last question of this round, I believe. After the release of his book in the late 40s, this Indian-born author received a letter from one of his high school teachers turned novelist, giving his views on the book. In the letter, the former teacher praised the book, but said that the version of future portrayed in his book, so the teacher's book, another great work in the same genre, is more likely. So kind of a not a good thing to say to your student, but that's apparently what happened. Who is the Indian born author, first of all, and who wrote the letter? So basically, their teacher. I think there is an image for this one. Can we check it, buddy? Right, yes. That's the last ka, basically, whatever para they sent. Which I imagined in Dash. The first blank is the teacher ki book. The change will be brought about as a result of felt need for increased efficiency, dash, another stuff. Thank you, yours truly. The name of the author. So go back to the text if you want. Yeah. Any team bouncing? I'll close bounce in 10.
Team 1 is bouncing.
Okay, 1 is bouncing.
Wait, is the guy who wrote the letter didn't write the other book, right? It's some other person, right?
So the guy who wrote this letter wrote another book, but not the one we're talking about here in the first.
Okay, so is the former teacher is wait, can you give me 5 seconds?
By the way, I've received bounces from 1 and 8.
Yeah, 7 will bounce.
Closing with 7 ka, yes. So this is, I think, 2 ka, so 2 hold up. I'll just waiting for 7 ka answer.
Hold
up, I think. All right. Waiting for you, 7. Okay, got it. Team 2, go ahead, all yours.
Will pass.
2 is passing, 3, 4 missing. Team 5, any guesses? 5, are you here?
Is the person who wrote the letter APJ Abdul Kalam?
Okay, and for the Indian-born author?
Vikram Seth.
Not Vikram Seth and APJ Abdul Kalam. Passing to 6.
We'll pass.
7, 8, and 1 passed. 2, this was your direct, right? 2 ka direct tha. So, right, I think we've gone full circle. So, Indian-born author, not necessarily Indian author in this case. So, person born in India, Motihari, I think, to be precise. But anyway, any team who pounced, you can go ahead. All the 3 teams got this right. You can shout out.
Orwell and Huxley.
Absolutely. So Orwell being the Indian-born author, and Huxley, who taught him French at, I think, Eton, probably in middle school, wrote this letter to him when 1984 came out. So, wow, I can't believe I made a question on 1985. But anyway, team 1, 7, and 8 gets a plus 10 on this one. Right, I think. Oh, okay. Wow, this question made the cut. Very simple. Inspiration for the CSGO map. Wow, bounces have started rolling in incredibly. I'm really judging everyone so hard right now who are all bouncing instantly. But yep. Yes, and yes. Did every team bounce again? 7, I think you're the only one who hasn't bounced. Good for you. I'm actually happy that I'm kind of surprised, but okay. Closing bounce in now. Hold up. Direct is so last one was, I think, 2 ka. They passed, no one answered it. So this would have been a direct for 5, I believe. But they bounced. And so did 6, 7. You now have an opportunity to answer. I mean, everyone will get a point here if you go to slow. Go ahead.
We don't have anything. We'll say Squid Games.
Oh, not Squid Game. Something a lot more cultured than Squid Games. All the other teams bounced, right? Is there anyone who did not? And I didn't check. But I don't think so. Right. To all those who bounced within milliseconds of it being answered, good on you guys. This is, I think we can move to the answer slide. This is the Gokul Dham Society from Tarak Mehta Ka Ulta Chashma. ये तो I think अगला है after this. So I think we're done with the first try round. This was 12 questions. And scorers, please take over. Please bata do.
Excuse me. My partner is now trying to join. Can you just accept him?
Yeah,
I don't-
it's been let in.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah, okay. So those.
Yeah, we got one negative. There are two negatives for us for some reason.
Team 5, is it?
Yeah, team 5. We got
Right, I
negative for question number 6.
There are two next, no? Your
Only one. Yeah, they got.
question
Plus
10.
5. Plus 5? No, minus 5.
Give them a +5 for getting the description right on the women's market question.
Yeah, one second.
Question number 6, we got incorrect. The Pokemon Go one. Apart from that, we did not get any incorrect on pounds. So why
Yeah,
is
we'll-
the question 10 is -5?
We'll just check that.
What was question number 10 again?
Take a look, Sujit, if you could go back. Question 10. Okay, this was the Android Carolina one.
Right. So we didn't attempt this one.
What was the score for that question for team 5?
Team 5 for question 10.
Huh.
I don't think they attempted that one.
We did not attempt it.
Did not attempt that.
Someone guessed 2 Android teams of Electric Dog.
Yes, I think.
Someone should get next. I think, on that.
Got an egg for that. The 10th question.
At the moment, no one has gotten next on that.
Yeah, sorry, my bad. It was team 6 which answered it from Android Dream, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so the scores are team 1 is at 50, team 2 is at 50, team 5 is at 30, team 6 is at 35, team 7 is at 50, team 8 is at 60.
Can someone cross check or any objections?
Haven't points been given for the questions where everyone got 10?
No, I think that was just this round score. Written round scores haven't been.
No, I think for there were I think one question on which everyone got points. So I don't think
2 questions. So
Oh, right,
I'm just because without that, it seems correct.
No, technically we can't do that because the team did get a negative on the Pokemon Go question. So we'll have to give plus input. The best
okay.
you could check that.
Oh, I think there was only one question on which everyone got points.
Yeah, sorry, my bad.
Yeah, that was YouTube Rewind. No?
I think yes. Hold up. So team 6 got an egg on the 10th. 10th question. And 5, you did not. You got a +5 on. Which question number was it? Could you check which was the women's market
I
question?
think the scores are fine.
There's a -5 that has been given to team 5. We just need to check. I don't think team 5 has gotten.
That was for Pokemon Go.
All right, got it. Take a seat. I think yeah, we're good to go. 50, 50, 30, 35, 50, and 60. Right?
Probably you're reading the wrong row. That is only the
the top row is the
neglects
total.
the first 4 questions. You should read the row number 3.
My bad. Wow, brain fart. Sorry, my bad. 50, 70, 60, 45, 60, and 80. All right, good to go. Who's gonna take over from here?
Avantika, I think. Avantika, are you here?
Avantika, are you here? No.
Yes, I'm here.
All right, I think.
Okay, so are we good to go?
Yes, all yours.
Okay, so here is the written round 1. You all will be 4 questions. The theme is fashion. So I'll read all the 4 questions. You think of an answer and write all of them after I'm done rereading all the questions. Okay, so I'll begin with the first question. Pictured here is a Grimes at the Met Gala. Her outfit news as it was inspired from a fictional group of reverends. Even though Grimes was inspired, claimed newer adaptation brought back this manipulative group back in the spotlight. ID this piece of fiction and the said group.
We have to give this answers in the WhatsApp group, right? Hello?
Yeah,
piece of fiction and the set.
Your voice is not coming.
Yeah, we'll figure that out. You have to
you're
send the answers to all the questions at the end of the round.
Okay, okay.
Right, on the WhatsApp group itself, but only after we ask you to send the answers. Right?
Should I move to the next question?
Yeah.
Is there a bigger image?
Team 6, as we mentioned, we want the answers at the end of all the questions, only after we ask you to. Till then, please don't even pick up the phone to type. Right? All right, I hope this is clear to all teams. Please keep that in mind. Yeah, let's move on to the next question.
Okay, so the next question. This designer disliked the constraints and inflexibility of the clothing of the Belle Epoque and instead wanted women to wear clothes that were comfortable and exuded elegance. Inspired by sportswear, they decided to use a particular fabric, given image, that was unheard of in the high circles of the fashion world, revolutionizing it with various colors, materials, and textures to enhance the feminine qualities. This led to the certain creation of a very iconic set of clothing that is said to have inspired many others in the same field. Initially met with the disdain from abandoning traditional elements of fashion, this iconic yet practical clothing became so popular that it was even worn by one of the most fashionable first ladies. Identify this set of clothing. Just move to the next slide to show the fabric more clearly. So moving on to the next question, question number 3. Okay. Earlier this year, a 26-year-old athlete, while competing, perhaps on the biggest stage in the world, made a fashion statement in her short program, unlike her other competitors, in their traditional sporting outfits. Since this sport is usually associated with the show business, skimpy outfits are very common. And this step by this athlete was a big step towards promoting body positivity. How did she alter the outfit and also identify the sport? Move to the next slide to show the athlete. Okay, question number 4. The objects shown in these images were preserved in the same place, even though they are from incidents about 7 years apart. Despite the different timelines, they are kept close because of a deeper connect between the events and people who wore these. Give the funda. So this is the last question. So you have to write down the answers after I'm done with all these. I'll just go through the questions once again. Can you please show the first question again, please?
So can we start writing the answers?
Yeah, here you are required to identify the piece of fiction and the said group. In this question, you are supposed to write the piece of fiction and the group. In the next question, just move the slide to the next question, please. Here you are supposed to identify this set of clothing. Just move to the next. Here you are supposed to write down the outfit, how did she alter it, and identify the sport also. And in question number 4, you have to give the funda, how these two images are related.
All right, now would be a good time for you all to start sending in your answers. We'll keep it open for the next 10-15 seconds. Please do send in your answers in that time period. All right, we have received all the answers. Please, Avantika, please start with the answers.
Yes, sure. So, first question. So you all can guess right now. Does anybody have an answer?
The Dune movie and the Bene Gesserits.
Exactly. That is correct. Can we move on to the next question? Yes, you had to identify the set of clothing used here. Can anybody guess the answer? Okay, so this is a Chanel suit. So just show the answer. The correct answer is Chanel suit. Moving on to the next question. We were supposed to know how did she alter the outfit and also identify the sport. The sport is figure skating. At Winter Olympics 2022, it's Josephine Telgard wore a unitard.
Rajiv Gandhi and Indira Gandhi.
Assassination dress.
Yeah, when they were assassinated.
Yes, that is correct. Clothing items worn by Indira Gandhi and Rajiv Gandhi at the time of their assassination, preserved in Indira Gandhi Memorial Museum, Delhi.
Okay, we'll quickly let you know what the scores are. So, just a second. Yeah, so team 1 gets plus 20. Scorers, if you could please note that down. Team 1 gets a plus 20. Team 2, just a second. Team 2 gets a plus 10 plus 20. Yeah.
Could you repeat that, please?
Yeah, team 2 gets okay. Did we need the okay, we needed the outfit on this. Okay, so team 2 gets a 25. Okay, team 2 gets a 25. Team 5 gets a 30. Team 6 also gets a 30. Team 7 gets a 20. And Team A gets a 25. All right. Did you get that, Divya?
Yeah.
All right. Good to go. Let's move on to the next. Over to Reba.
Hello. So this is the second dry round. It has the same rules as the first one. There are 9 questions. It's clockwise. There's you bounce on the WhatsApp group.
Is it anti-clockwise? Isn't it? Like last time it was clockwise.
Also, this is a clockwise round.
Go anti-clockwise. Yeah.
Do I start from 1 or 5? 8.
8.
Okay. So direct for team 8. The origins of this arguably onomatopoeic usage can be traced back to early 1900s. It was popularized through comic books to represent a biological action which the artists had a hard time drawing. The English usage is said to be derived from the sound of a saw used to cut wood, which is similar to the action sound. Some parallels in other languages are durung rung in Korean, gugu in Japanese, koko in Vietnamese, and kar in Polish. What is the usage / English parallel? So the bounce window is open.
Whose direct is this?
Teammate.
Yeah, I've received team 1's bounce.
Is anyone else bouncing? Okay, then the bounce window is closed. Team 8, do you have an answer?
We'll say ZZZ for sleeping.
Yes, that's correct. This is the sleeping sound, ZZZ. Sujit. Huh?
Yeah, and even team 1 gets a plus 10.
Yeah, team 1 gets, okay. Team 1 gets 10 and 8 gets 10. Second question, please. This is a direct for team 7. So this fast food chain introduced a set of food items in collaboration with Mental Health America. Some of this include PISC, salty, and DGAF meals. The idea that went behind this was to acknowledge the fact that some days are bad and it's okay to feel sad sometimes. They decided to name this option something that doubled up as a jab to their well-known rival. Which fast food chain is this, and what are these items called? Direct for team 7.
Team 2 bouncing.
Okay.
Receive team 2 response.
Is anyone else bouncing? Otherwise, bouncing window is closed. Team 7, do you have an answer?
Well, yeah, we'll say the fast food chain is Burger King, and these items were called grumpy meat. Or
You're partially right. The answer is Burger King.
Hold up. I think only 2 pounds, right? So this will probably go to
Okay, so team 6.
6. Yeah.
We'll go for Burger King, and the items are called real meal boxes. Real meal boxes, basically. Not Happy Meal, but real meal.
Team 5.
Is this Burger King and Unhappy Meal?
That's correct. The answers are Burger King and Unhappy Meal. So opposite of the Happy Meal of McDonald's.
Team 2 gets a plus 7 pounds, and it was team 7 which said a burger, so plus 5 to team 7 and a plus 10 to team 5.
Okay, next question. Direct for team 6.
Riva, direct to team 4 because 5 answered, so this is direct to team 4.
Direct for who?
Team 4.
Wait, last time you were following like 1 question for each team, right? Not where the bounce in.
No. We have been following infinite bounce. Am I correct? Can someone correct me on that? We have been following infinite bounce.
Followed. It's just so happened that for the first few questions in the first round, the team to whom question was directed, they were able to answer, but we followed bounce. So,
yeah. So direct to team 4. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
7 is bouncing.
Direct to team 4. Pictured here is a colorway of Kobe Bryant's basketball sneakers. This colorway is named as a reference to a major injury that Bryant had to face in his career and a Greek myth. What is this colorway called?
Since 3 and 4 are not here, the question will come to team 2, right?
Yeah, my bad.
Yeah. 5 pounds.
Do you want the name of the Snickers or the colorway? Or are
the
those
name
the
of the
same
colorway?
thing?
The name of the colorway. The sneakers are different. The sneaker would
context is fine, right? The Greek myth.
Yeah, yes. Okay. As long as you can give the context, that is fine. But we are looking for the name of the colorway, not the name of the particular sneaker. So a sneaker could have a lot of colorways. We are looking for the name of the specific color.
Bounce window is closed now, right?
All right, I've received pounds from team 5, team 6, team 7, and team 8.
Okay, team 2, answer please.
Achilles heel.
That's correct.
Plus 10 to team 5.
Arey, excuse me. Like the Snickers name is also Achilles heel, right? I just asked you the same thing. Like,
No.
do you want the name of the colorway or the Snickers? You said you wanted the colorway.
Yeah,
Like,
this is the Achilles heel color. Okay.
like I can just give you the screenshot. I've written in the chat Achilles heel, but I didn't
No.
bounce because you said you wanted colorway. So I
Yeah,
thought the
it's a
colorway.
colorway. That's what a colorway is. See, the sneakers are not Achilles heel. The sneakers are the Kobe 9s or something. Most likely Kobe 9s or Kobe 10s. So the sneakers are named as Kobe 9 if it's the 9th model or the 10th model. So we call it the Kobe 10. This is a colorway. So I don't know how you're so sure that this is a model, which is really questionable, but I won't get into it. Also, because if you search it, the first thing which appears in Google Lens is actually Achilles heel. So, but anyway, we'll probably ignore that and move on to the next question.
I had already written Achilles heel. Then I was confirming is the colorway and the sneakers same. I was just asking a question.
Sure, no,
like
it is. But yeah, this is the colorway is Achilles heel. There's I think we have no confusion regarding that. The sneakers are the name of the sneakers are different. So I think we're good to go. So team 2 answered it correctly, so they get a plus 10. Team 5, 6, 7, and 8 also get plus 10 in the sums. So all teams except team 1 score on this question. Are we good with it, Divya? I guess. Okay, Riva, go.
Okay, so next step is for team 1. Next question. This is for team 1. Almost about 4 decades ago, the Indian government faced a catastrophe that it had never seen before. Going through its data, 3 groups were seen with the highest number of casualties: children, old people, those who are bedridden or have difficulties in walking, and people with short stature. These people in an open environment had the highest tendency to fall towards the ground. So you have to ID the incident and also give funda. Why were these groups affected the most?
7 is bounced.
8 is also bounced.
Is anyone else bouncing? Otherwise, the bounce.
Just clarification. You have kind of mentioned the answer for the second part, right? Like the last sentence, they have the highest tendency to fall towards the ground. Is it?
No, that's not the funda.
Okay, thanks.
I've received bounce.
If we are bouncing, it will take some time to write something.
All right, Riva, close this.
Okay, yeah. Bouncing window is closed now. Team 1.
Wait, no, wait. Team 5 is still writing their answer. Just wait for them. I'll let you know.
Okay.
All right. Yeah.
Team 1.
Children or short stature. Like, is it regarding some stampede? Like, is it the Sikh riots?
In passing to team 8.
8 and 7
Team
pounds.
8 and 7 pounds. Team 6.
Pass.
All right. Team 5 at also pounds. So team 2.
So the incident was the Bhopal gas tragedy, and they were affected the most because they were the least physically capable, so they couldn't escape.
Passing to team 1.
It was once direct. So close the answer.
Oh yeah, that was the direct. So okay. The answer is, you're right, team 2. It was the Bhopal gas tragedy, but the funda is that because of their height or their comorbidities, they had to inhale the highest amount of concentrations of the gas. It's not because they were physically incapable of escaping.
Okay, so
basically because the gas is heavier, is denser than air, and it would be concentration of the higher closer to the ground.
Yeah, team 5, 7 and 8 get a +10 on the count. And +5 to team 2.
The next question direct would be for team 7, right?
No, the next would be to team. I'm sorry. Team 2 had answered.
Should be 1.
Yeah, it's 1. It's 1. Team 2 got part points in this question. So the question next would be direct to team
1. I couldn't hear you.
Yeah. So since team 2 got +5 on the last question, like this question, team 1 will have the next direct.
Okay. Direct for team 1 again. A voting process said to be as complex as the political voting process, it is handled by a famous company for its financial services. But once a year, some of their representatives are trusted with these voting results till they are announced. A few years ago, one of these representatives came under fire as some of the people attributed him tweeting right before an important event for the mishap that followed. ID what the company handles and the incident.
Team 5 is bouncing.
2 is bouncing as well.
6 is bounced.
8 is also.
Okay, the window is closed down.
Yeah, I have received answers from team 5, team 7, and team 8. So yeah, good to go.
5, 7, and?
Yeah, 2, 5, 6, 7, and 8.
Okay. So team 1, do you have an answer?
Price Water and Cooper House, Oscars.
That's correct.
Wait. Isn't there?
Oh, right, here's a second.
There's other part also.
Yeah, probably expound on the second part. What about the Oscars?
The mishap na वो Moonlight को दे दिया instead of La La Land, like La La Land को दे दिया instead of Moonlight.
Will fetch you points. That is the answer that you're looking for. So team 1 gets a +10, and on the pounds, team 2 had pounds, and team 2 get a -5. They did mention the controversy, but didn't really mention the name of the company. So team 2 gets a -5. Then team 5 had pounds. Team 5 again.
In the question, it was asked what the company handles. You didn't ask the name of the company itself.
All right, my bad. Then team 2 gets a +10 on pounds. Team 5 gets a +10. Team 8 gets a +10. And team 7 also gets a +10. So +10 to team 2, 5, 7, 8, and team 1.
+10 to team 6.
And 6, yes. So I think all teams get a +10 on this. Yeah, all teams get a +10 on this.
So direct to 8 now?
Yeah, direct to 8.
So for 8, pictured here is an iconic watch designed by a legendary watchmaker in the 70s. Since then, it has become one of the most well-recognized watches in the world. The designer named the watch after a vehicle from an extremely famous work of fiction released little over 100 years before the release of this watch. The creator of this work is considered to be a pioneer and has successfully predicted several advancements. The name is also quite fitting since the carefully crafted proportions of the watch are similar in perfection to the algorithmic spiral of a certain mollusk. Name the watch and the work of fiction.
7 is sponsored.
2 is sponsored.
Whose direct is this?
8.
Team 1 is bouncing.
Anyone else?
Team 6 is bounced as well.
Okay. So the bounce window is now closed.
Yeah, I've received answers from team 1, team 2, team 6, and team 7.
All right. Team 8, do you have an answer?
Yeah, Nautilus and 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea.
That's good. That's a correct answer. 4.
Yeah, so on this question, team 7, team 8, team 6, team 2, and team 1 all get a plus 10. So I'll repeat: team 1, team 2, team 6, team 7, and team 8.
So next question for direct for 5.
No, next question direct to team 7.
Okay. Right, 7. Direct for 7. This phrase was coined by a certain Charles in the Victorian era to describe the protagonist of one of his most famous works, entering into a strange yet marvelous world. In an episode of MasterChef Australia, a contestant prepared a dessert which resembled a scene from the said work of fiction and named it after the aforementioned phrase. What phrase? There's also a video in the next slide, Sujit. So the pounds window is open. You have to name the phrase.
Receive pounds from team 8 and team 5.
Team 2 bouncing.
Anyone else? Okay. The pounds window is now closed.
Team 1, is that your final answer?
Like
yeah, okay.
That's the phrase.
Yeah. All right, got it. I've received all pounds.
Team 7, what is your answer?
Yeah.
We'll say something like down the rabbit hole.
That's the correct answer.
From Alexander.
Yeah, from Alice in the Wonderland, the answer is down the rabbit hole. So you can see it in the video also. Okay.
On the pounds, I'll tell the scoring for the pounds. Team 2 gets a plus 10. I'm sorry, team 2 gets a minus 5. Team 1 gets a plus 10. Team 8 gets a plus 10. And team 5 gets a plus 10. So a negative to team 2 and a plus 10 to team 1, team 5, and team 8 on pounds.
There are 2 questions remaining, right?
Yes.
Yeah, there are 2 questions.
There are 2 questions.
Thanks.
Okay, next question for 6. Direct for 6. In an episode of HBO comedy,
our plus 10 is not have we noted the score sheet.
Team 2 bouncing.
Team 7, what did you say?
Our plus 10 for the previous question It's not added in the score sheet.
Okay, it will be added. Sujit?
Yeah, we'll add it. Team 7 also got a plus 10 on the last one.
Yeah.
For us.
So for this question for Team 6, in an episode of the HBO comedy drama Succession, one of the central characters, the Strange brothers, calls out the irony in naming a journalism school in UK after him, since he was at the forefront of capitalism murdering journalism. The brother goes on to remark, what's next? The ... women's health clinic? To further stress upon the underlying irony in the said christening of the journalism school. Fill in the blanks. This is for Team 6, and the pounds window is open. But okay, the pounds window is now closed.
Can we pounce?
No, the pounds window is closed. Only Team 2 pounds. So yeah, let's take another direct.
Like, can we answer?
Yes.
This is Jack the Ripper.
That's absolutely correct. This is Jack the Ripper, Women's Health Clinic. So
Team
10.
2 also gets a plus 10 on the pounds. Plus 10 to Team 2 and Team 6.
The last question now.
All right, before that, let's have a score check. Divya,
Okay.
could you please tell us what the scores are?
Yeah, just a second. So team 1 is at 110, team 2 is at 145, team 5 is at 140, team 6 is at 115, team 7 is at 125, team 8 is at 165.
We're at 135. The Alice in Wonderland thing isn't added yet. Team 7.
1 second. Yeah, I'll add it. Was it your direct?
Yeah, it was our direct. Question 23, I think.
Okay.
All right, I believe there are no other objections. So let's go ahead with the last question.
Direct for Team 5. Okay. Recently, a famous musician shared this image of a goddess to show his pride in his culture in response to a controversial statement by a cabinet minister. This text in the poster comes from a poem of 20th century, which clearly reflected the then ongoing riot on the same issue. Identify who shared the image and the controversy behind it. Direct for 5.
7 is pounds.
Is anybody else bouncing? Otherwise,
Team 8 is fine.
okay. So now the bounce window is closed.
Excuse me, sir. Team 1 is also bouncing.
Let's take Team 1's answer because Team 8 just bounced. No more bounces. We're taking no more bounces. So Team 1, Team 7, and Team 8 have bounced. I've received bounce from just a second. Yeah, all right. I've received a bounce from Team 1, 7, and 8. We can go ahead with the direct.
So Team 5, what's your answer?
So is the controversy regarding the imposition of Hindi and musician being A.R. Rahman?
Yes, that's absolutely correct. It's A.R. Rahman, and he shared this image when Amit Shah said that people from different states have to use Hindi as the alternative language to English to speak to each other. So team 5 gets a +10.
Yeah, on the pounds, team 1, team 7, and team 8 also get a +10.
All right, that's the end of this round.
Yeah, so that was all. That was all the questions. Divya, could you tell us the final scores, please? I don't think a lot has changed, but just tell us what is.
Give me a second.
Okay.
Which team answered on direct?
Team 5.
Team 5.
Okay, so the final scores are. Yeah, team 1 is at 120, team 2 is at 145, team 5 is at 150, team 6 is at 115, team 7 is at 145, and team 8 is at 175.
All right, and that was the general quiz. We have the podium winners. Sadly, there is no prize money if anyone is wondering. That was our general quiz. We still have one quiz left in the fest. That is tomorrow. We have the mail hours quiz. So do